Both close your eyes. 3, 2, 1, point at who you think is a better parent.
I don't even have to close my eyes. I know who's the better parent.
Huh? 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, Annette here and welcome to another episode of Growing Up. So today I have my husband Raph here with me. And we're going to be doing a bit of a Q&A. We did one about a year plus ago, right? But a lot of things have changed since then. We are now new parents and we have just moved into our new home. Yay! So since Valentine's Day is coming up, we thought we'll do a little updated relationship Q&A. A lot of it is going to be about parenting. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, so first question. If you were to do it all over again, would you have kids earlier or later?
I would have maybe waited another 1-2 more years. We were thinking in our mind, oh, maybe it'll only come 1 year after we started trying, but I guess it came within 1 or 2 months after trying. So in that sense, if I had known that I was more fertile than I thought, I would have started 1 year later.
Yeah, I feel like I would have wanted to have it later if I would start over again. But at the same time, now that I already have it, I think it was okay. I don't think there will ever be a perfect time. I feel, who knows man, maybe in 2 years' time, all the more I will want to delay again, then I delay until it's too late. So at this point in time, I think it was a good time. Was there a moment where you felt like you regretted having a baby? No, right?
No?
I mean, you didn't go through all the trauma of post giving birth, but to be fair, I don't think I ever regretted it. I was just thinking, when will this end? Because I did want a baby, right? So you just know that you have to go through some terrible things. It was just, you want to get out of the tunnel, right?
I wasn't in the tunnel, so you cannot ask me.
You weren't in the tunnel. How was the transition to parenthood? Giving up traveling and like spending on your own stuff.
It's hard for me because I like to travel.
But we still did travel quite a bit actually.
I guess.
So we did travel a bit, right? Then later we gave up because I think it was so tiring and I was falling sick a lot during that period. We stopped going on any trips for over half a year.
But that's because we were also moving and I was super busy at work. It was very challenging for me, so we couldn't go so much at that period. So
on his 16th month, we'll be going somewhere, which is probably around now when this video goes up. But I don't think the transition was painful or anything. So one thing, right, was that last time Raph and I, we would spend every month going out for a nice dinner. After we had a kid, we just stopped doing that. And I feel it might be just because, it's not because we purposely gave it up. I feel like because we just no longer felt like doing it anymore, right?
I think it takes very long. Like if
yeah,
you go out,
we realized
like
it
you
takes
go out,
very long.
It's like 3 hours, 4 hours, so we don't do that anymore. We just go out for dinner 1 hour.
I almost feel as if, you know, the joy of spending time with your baby, right, ended up superseding the joy of going out for a nice long dinner. We just want to eat fast and then come home and play with the baby, rather than go out there and then sit for an hour plus for a meal.
I guess when you don't have much other urgent things to you don't mind going out for a few hours, like 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah.
But it's a bit more challenging now. But it's okay, you know. I guess we still go once a year, twice a year.
Yeah, we occasionally still go for a nice meal. But I don't think we enjoy spending that money to eat something nice. Like I really just rather spend the money on the baby or just being in the moment, spending time with him. Okay, Raph. Someone says some dads have mild depression or feel neglected after having a child. Did it happen for you?
Not really, because firstly my mother gives me a lot of attention, so I'm also okay. I don't have to worry so much about my wife. Love you, mom. Okay, what irritates me once or twice, Annette said that she loves her baby more than me. I said that can't be, because without me there's no baby. So I also told her that if she and my son are both drowning, I will save her. Because with my son, I cannot make another wife, but with my wife, I can make another baby. So that was my logic to her.
Yeah, but then I told him, you have to save the baby. Because obviously the baby has a longer lifespan than I do.
Women and children go out first from the Titanic, right? So women and then children.
When there's only one space for a woman and a child, who will you pick?
I won't pick some other random woman lah. I'll pick my own wife lah. Are you trying to trap me randomly?
I'm not trying to trap you. Okay, you know what? What do you think? If your wife and your child are drowning and you have to save one, who will you pick if you're a guy?
Sorry guys, I didn't expect our YouTube video to turn into this kind of stupid hypothetical questions.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
okay? How do you prepare yourself for parenting?
I had a couple of friends who already had kids, so I just asked them a couple of questions. But to be honest, I didn't prepare much. My main preparation was to just make sure that you are prepared.
So how do you make sure that I'm prepared?
I guess buy you parenting books.
You didn't buy me any parenting books.
Okay, send you parenting videos. I sent you some YouTube videos about parenting.
No, you didn't.
I did, but you just didn't watch, I guess.
You did send me. Since when you sent me?
Yeah, actually I feel like I didn't really prepare anything also. I kind of observed my friends who were already parents and I also asked them for a lot of advice. Do you do that? Do you ask people for advice?
One or two people, but not terribly a lot. I asked one friend for advice and then he said that, oh, he actually regrets.
Okay.
So anyway, I didn't ask too many questions.
Anyway, I think in short, it's just sometimes it's really hard to try and prepare yourself. You just ask and find out and research as much as you can, but there's so much you can do because once it actually happens, it's going to be very different. Okay, someone asks, how do you both deal with differing opinions on parenting styles? So far, we haven't really argued a lot. We'll just present our arguments.
No, but you know why we don't have many arguments? Because I didn't prepare. So I don't have any other views. I
Okay.
didn't read like a super lot of books to like decide and firm up like what's my ideology and philosophy on raising a child.
But I did. So then that's why, right, at the beginning, there were a few things I wanted to convince Raph of. And I was saying, oh, I want to get a floor bed for the baby and everything. And he was just like, no. But I realized that all I need to do is just convince him with the facts and logic. And I'll just send videos that explain why it's better, explain certain things, why I want his room to be this way or that way, and then eventually he just listens to me. But he will argue for a while lah.
But she didn't explain it well, so it's actually her fault. She failed to convince me. Because
But eventually I did.
Yeah, so eventually you did, so which is to your credit lah.
Okay.
She said she wanted him to sleep on the floor.
I
was
didn't
like,
say I want to sleep on the floor. I
how
said it's
can
a
you sleep on
floor
the
bed.
floor? Like,
It's a floor
you know who
bed.
else used to sleep on the floor?
What? Who?
Our dog Jam. So I was like, I'm not going to let
So you were
my son sleep on the floor.
So you were thinking I was going to get a dog bed for my baby.
Who
lah.
knows? Same size. But anyway, she eventually explained clearly that, oh, it's a proper bed. Like,
Yeah, it's a proper bed.
anyway, she sent me a couple of videos and
Yes.
so okay, fine, whatever. I mean, it made a lot more sense. I was not going to let my kids sleep on a rug on the floor, you know, that kind of
He
thing.
talk about sleep on a rug on the floor.
Yeah.
Maybe when we get older, we might to deal with more complicated parenting dilemmas, maybe. Because right now it's very simple stuff. Like, do you feed him this? Do you not feed him this? Do you carry him on your shoulders or not? I get a serious panic attack every time he puts Wes on the shoulders. It's very scary, okay? What if he falls back?
Okay, but he hasn't. That's why I say, I
That's
always
what
save my
people
wife.
say.
You don't worry, I always save my wife.
That's what people say, when they drive very recklessly. And, I haven't got an accident. Who takes care of your baby after you delivered? Do you get a helper or something? And someone also asks, how do you handle all the night feeds? And I just want to say, yes, we do have a helper.
Yeah.
And it's the most helpful thing ever.
After Annette gave birth, we had a confinement nanny. We got her from PAM, which is this confinement agency. And then we kept her for about two to 3 months. It was just around Chinese New Year. And then Annette was just struggling. So then we just had her on for a little bit longer. And then at the same time, we had a helper. So,
Yeah, but our first helper wasn't very good actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But our new helper is very good. I personally feel, because some people would send to infant care or something, but for the same amount of money, you can try and get a helper who I feel would just be one person.
So I think because the baby is still young, I didn't really see the need to send it to infant care. And right after Annette found out she was pregnant, maybe 3 or 4 months before she gave birth, we moved back in with my parents. So that helped a lot also.
Is it no life, no freedom now?
I have a reasonable amount of freedom. Like, yeah, sure, I wish that I could backpack to Africa for 1 whole year. But obviously I can't do that now because I have a kid. I have this friend, he backpacked across South America for like 3 months. When I started, I was like, yeah, how nice if that was me. But then again, I think to myself, it sounds nice, but I guess he's on the more like adventurous extreme. Am I wanting to do that? Probably not. So I don't feel like I've given up any freedom.
I think for me also, I don't feel like I have lacked freedom. If anything, right, I feel I've become more disciplined. Do you feel I've become more disciplined? I wake up early, nowadays.
Yeah, that's good. To your credit, it's true. You do.
Okay, no, anyway, I feel if anything, right, sometimes boundaries actually help you improve. Because I know I only have this set amount of time every day, and if I want to spend time with my son, I better wake up early, get my stuff done. And so I would say, if anything, right, yeah, it's made me more disciplined compared to when I didn't have a kid. And then I just tell myself, okay, you know what, today I just waste a day away. Whatever, what's the worst that could happen? Just I accomplished nothing. That's it. But now, if I waste a whole day away, I don't actually spend time with my son. And why not want to do that, right? When I want him to be able to have fun, learn something. Because every time I'm with him, I do the boring things like I read books to him, teach him the animals. Unlike Raph, who will just do dangerous stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I appreciate the restrictions that have come into my life. It has made me better. Okay, next. How do you balance between work, personal, partner, and parent lives? I feel one of the ways in which we try to manage all these different facets is to have split physical spaces. Yeah, and we thought that was very important, and that's kind of why we're filming in our room right now. We're not filming somewhere in the living room where maybe the baby is like walking around. We wanted to make sure that we had a master bedroom that had very specific broken up spaces, right? So that our brains can split up all these different parts of our lives so that they don't all muddle together. So the first things first, right, is that our baby is not allowed in the master bedroom. He has not seen this space. So this is really a strictly no baby zone. It's a strictly just purely me and Raph zone.
It's a make baby zone, but no baby zone.
We wanted to make sure so we don't cross the line between work and rest. So we made sure that we had little workspaces within the master bedroom, and we'll be able to do work there so that we won't do it on our beds. I think last time we would sometimes do work on our beds, right? And I feel over time that wasn't very healthy. You get very stressed, because you're in your bed, right? And it's a place where you're supposed to chill and relax, but you're just working on your laptop. Then your partner is also next to you doing it. Then you both very stressed out. Then it can sometimes cause a lot of friction. Yeah lah, so we just wanted to make sure that we split out all these spaces, even within our master bedroom. We're gonna cut away and just show you guys my workspace and Raph's workspace. Alright, we interrupt this Q&A video for a little spaces tour. So this is where I will do my work at night, especially if I need to clear an edit in the middle of the night or something. So I'll sit on this chair over here. This chair's from Castlery, by the way. So usually I will put my laptop on this cushion over here and I'll just do my work. Sometimes if I'm feeling crazy, I'll even sit like this, which probably isn't very good for my back. I even have a little carpet here to demarcate this space. So it's really work zone for me. So this carpet I think is from a Finnish design shop. I got a little side table where I can put all my things also, like my little drink. Alright, now let's go take a look at Raph's space.
Okay everyone, so this is my study area. As you can see, my study table is also green, so it can match with Annette's side table. And in marriage, everything must be equal, so I also must have the same chair. I also have photos of Annette here in this space with me. She doesn't have photos of me and her in her space, so shame on you, Annette.
Okay, and lastly, we have this couch over here that we're actually sitting on for this video. It's also from Castlery, and the fabric actually matches our two chairs over at our workspaces. So we got this light, it's from P5. And we also got this side table, which I can't remember where it's from, but it used to belong to Raph's sister. And it's very cute, it's a gorilla, right? And then, if you can see, let me lift this up. And then the bars at the back are kind of bent. It's supposed to look like the gorilla escaped. Quite cute. And so this is the space where we will just chill, sometimes just sit here, and yeah, I like this corner a lot as well. So alright, back to the video. Okay, how do you keep love fresh? We make sure we go out for date nights, at least once a week.
We go out together. We don't always bring our child. I know some people, everything is like bring my baby, baby, baby. Their whole life become baby, even they call each other mommy and papa, which I find very odd. I mean, no hate to you if you do that. But yeah, I mean, you don't make your whole life about your child and turn your whole marriage into a parenting relationship. I think most important is for me not to just see my wife as a mother.
Yeah, I think it's remembering that we are partners before we are parents. Not even on the same level. Not even like we are both partners and parents, that we're partners before we are parents. more fights since becoming parents?
No? In fact, we have less time to fight now.
Yeah, actually I think we have less time to fight, you know.
When you are too busy, you just suddenly just decide that, okay, whatever, I don't have time to deal with this, why don't I just compromise?
I don't know if you feel the same way, but I really feel that us splitting our workspaces in the bedroom really makes me a lot less irritable. Because sometimes, right, I'm just editing a video, I'm doing work, then he's just sitting there, then I feel like he's cramping my style, then I get very irritated. Okay,
Yeah.
but to be fair, we told each other that we will make sure we fight less. We will make sure that...
I don't remember this conversation.
Yes, you did, we did! We made a conscious effort that we will not fight over trivial things because we said that the best gift we can give to Wes is the gift of a happy family.
Yeah, that's true.
And so we sat down and we made that boundary clear. We don't fight in front of the baby. And number two, even if there's something that we are unhappy about, we have to try and be polite to each other, right?
Yeah.
Shake my hand on it. Yeah, we gotta be polite. What's the worst argument we had about the baby?
Honestly, I can't even remember.
I also cannot remember.
I guess you just brought up about the bed, but I guess it's
The bed
easily
lor,
solved.
the
It's
bed.
already fixed. I mean, we were discussing about the configuration of his room.
Oh yeah,
But
we
honestly,
argued
that's
about
also fine.
We also argued
Now
about
she says she wants to put a mat in his room. I'm like, nah, I don't really want. But
We'll-
you know,
we'll
whatever.
figure it
I'm not
out.
gonna.
If anything, I'm unhappy about is mainly with him. It's not about the baby. Yeah, the baby doesn't cause me to get upset with him. Which is good, right? It means you're a good dad.
I guess, but I'm now a bad husband, so I'm trying to say.
Okay, this is very funny. Oh my goodness. It says both close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Point at who you think is a better parent.
I don't even have to close my eyes. I know who's the better parent.
Huh?
You can close your eyes. I don't need to close. I know who. Are you ready?
No, but I don't know my answer. Okay, we close our eyes and we point. 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. Sorry, this was me just not sure.
Okay.
I would say we're pretty equal. Eh, very disgusting eh. You point yourself.
I mean, it's me lah. I'm quite sure about that.
Why? Okay. Present your case.
I mean, my child loves me more.
He does not love you more. Like Wes is at the stage, right, where he's very fickle. So sometimes he likes Raph more, but some days he likes me more.
Maybe he's just playing both sides. Like
Yeah,
those,
maybe he's just playing both
those
sides.
kids, like ask mom for money, ask dad for money.
And you want to know the joke means you fell for it. How do you show appreciation to your other half? I do think one way Raph has shown appreciation to me, right, was after I gave birth. Then, you know, I was very upset. Then I had to go for Pilates class and everything, right? Then I made him go with me because I was thinking, if I have to do this, then you should also just do it with me, right? And he's never done anything like that before. And so he really started to go with me, which I really appreciate because you actually take the time to suffer with me. And that's a very nice thing that you have done.
You're welcome.
you.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, we started this thing last year.
Every year, each person gets one thing.
It's like something that we would like the other person to do for
Yeah.
us. Because I gave birth and then I felt like I gave this baby to you. You gotta sacrifice something for me. So this year, we haven't figured out actually. It's already February, but we were busy moving house. So we're gonna figure out what is something that we're gonna intentionally do for the other person. And I think that's nice, right? Because in the past we also never really thought about that. But as we hit almost a decade into the relationship, I think it's nice to be able to sit down and really realize that, hey, a relationship isn't all just fun and sparkles, right? It's about putting effort into maintaining it. I think this is the point where, you know, you built the house already, then it's quite nice, but then 10 years in, there's a bit of maintenance, so we are going to put in the effort to think about what are the things that we can maintain. Are you guys planning a number 2? I tell you, there's so many questions asking us whether we're going to have more kids. We honestly are not sure, okay? So to answer this question, we're really not sure. We're every day we feel like, it's fine to have just one. But maybe, you know, we wait till Wes is a little older, maybe we'll end up at 2.
Nope.
So there's this next question that says, like, how do you handle questions about having another kid?
We just defer this conversation.
This is exactly how we just handled it. Push the question away, right?
Yeah.
I'm at the stage where I'm like 80% I'll stick to one, 20% I'll have another one. You?
Okay. I mean,
50-50?
let's talk about this next year.
What's your favorite memory or moment of being a parent?
My son hugs me all the time, so I quite like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
Something my wife never did.
I hug you, I
On
never
demand.
hug you.
My wife never did on demand.
Because he's a baby.
I feel like if I'm busy, right? Then film me a video, ask me how you man.
But anyways, yeah, so okay, I think my favorite memory is really watching Wes laugh when he discovers something new or discovers a new random obsession and then he's excited about it, it really warms my heart. He'll look at dogs and then he'll woof and then he'll laugh while he's playing with the dogs. Alright, I think we are down to our last question. Do you have any advice for new parents or parents to be out there?
I think every person's journey is different. So you cannot follow. Like, I don't know why you watch this whole video, but you cannot, like, lock, stock and barrel apply. Like, please don't go and watch this video, then tell your spouse, like, hey, you see Annette did this, hey, you see Raphael did this, because that's how you surefire away going to quarrel. Just try to figure it out on your own. I mean, it's good to, like, listen to other people's opinions, but at the end of the day, nobody's opinion is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to try and figure things out based on your own situation. I think one thing we realize about having a kid, right, is that life can be so unpredictable. Like, things can be so unpredictable. I don't think we have dealt with this much unpredictability until the baby came into your life. You can't plan when you're going to conceive. You can't plan when you're exactly going to give birth. You can't plan how fast he's going to pick up things or learn things. You can't plan how he's going to behave, his personality, things like that. And I think it's all about learning to adapt. So I would say my one advice is just be adaptive to situations. Your advice, Leh?
Please don't take my advice. That's the truly best advice I can give you.
We have come to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed having Raph here with me today. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, do hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have any more questions, you can also leave a comment, ask us. And happy Valentine's Day to all couples out there, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye!
Bye.